Welcome back, JDM fam. Thank you guys for watching. Make sure to subscribe and hit that like button if you guys haven't already. In this video, we're installing the MUGEN style taillights on my Civic Type R FK8. This is my 2021 Boost Blue Civic Type R, and I think these taillights look really good. I've talked about them in previous videos. Basically, when I was comparing the MUGEN style taillights to the stock taillights, they do look really good. They're aggressive, but the MUGEN style taillights look so much better. I'm going to be installing the MUGEN style taillights in this video. We're going to compare the stock taillights and the functions of the stock taillights to the MUGEN styles, and I'm really excited about them because these new taillights actually have sequential blinkers and hazards at the top right here, which is really cool, as well as just a more upgraded, better, and more aggressive look. And I believe they're LED. You can see in here, these are incandescent. You can see the little light bulbs in there. Yeah, that's old school right there. So we're definitely going to be upgrading the looks as well as the functionality, and they're just going to perform better as well. So let's go check out the taillights. I'll show you guys what we're installing right now. All right, so I just got these taillights for Christmas from my wife. I am so excited, a little bit nervous, but I mean, I've watched some videos on it. It doesn't look difficult. I have installed taillights before. So I'm gonna show you guys what these taillights look like, as well as linking these in the description. So if you guys wanna pick up some of these for yourselves, if you guys wanna get some for your FK8, these probably work for FK7 as well. I'll have to look at the actual ad, but I believe they do. They're pretty much the same thing. This is one of the taillights. I believe this is the driver's side. This is what the passenger taillight looks like. Took it all out of the packaging, and like I said, sequentials up at the top up there. I believe these 3 red bars, well, 2 red bars, and then the triangle right there are like nighttime running lights. They basically just glow. These 6 little squares are the brake light. I think that's the reverse light right there. And I think that's just a reflector. I could be wrong, but yeah, these are awesome. I love them. I love how they look. They're basically identical to the MUGEN. I was checking these taillights out for a while. My beautiful wife, shout out to her, purchased these for me, surprised me, and I opened these on Christmas. I was so happy. That's what they look like before getting installed. These are the clear lens with the black housing. You can see the black housing right there. I love this look. It's more like the stock look and the MUGEN style look. Yeah, but the lens is clear, the inside's black housing. These are just beautiful. All right, so the hatch is up. What we're going to do is take out these screws right here. They look like they're like a 8mm or something, or a Phillips, and I doubt they're in there that tight, so you could probably use the Phillips on them. So I believe what you do is take these out right here, and then you pop the taillight out this way. I believe there are some clips over here that basically just go in towards the car and hold it in. So I believe what you do is just pop it out. Now, what I've seen people do online is just put some painter's tape right here so it doesn't scratch the paint. Definitely don't want the paint scratched, so I'll probably be doing that, and we're gonna get these taillights out. But like I said, guys, these taillights are really good looking for stock Honda taillights on a Civic with black housing. These just look really cool, and they definitely do have an aftermarket look to them. I like them. So let's get this taillight out, and we could start working on this taillight up here, which is going to be a lot more work because we have to take off these clips and start popping off the plastic, which I am not excited about, but we're going to get that done as well. Whew. Whew. That tape is probably a good idea. It was, when I was pulling it out, it slightly popped out this way, and then the clip was pushing against the paint, and it was just pushing like that. So if you didn't have this tape here, It'd probably drag it against the paint a little bit more than what it did just now, but I think that tape somewhat helped it because I could see a little crease on the tape. So you can see a little crease on the top of the tape right there. Really glad I used the tape. Wasn't sure if it was actually needed, but I'm glad I used it just in case. So you could see this top piece right here. That's like the top clip right there at the top of the screen. That piece at the top is more like just a little guide versus a clip. It does help to hold it in there, but this one right here looks like really holds it in. It's like a real clip, and it actually pops in there. You got to pop that one out. So what I did, guys, was it didn't feel very good. It didn't feel like I was doing it right, but I just pushed out sideways and the tail light ended up popping out. It was a little difficult. You do have to use a little bit of force. I was literally pushing the suspension on the car a little bit. I could hear it creaking a little bit. So it was a lot of force I was using, but it ended up popping out, and now it's out. So now the instructions say to take out all of these plugs, and I believe I take out all of the sockets as well and install them on the new taillights. This should be pretty straightforward, even though the instructions look like it could be a little difficult. It doesn't seem like it's that much of a job. It actually looks fairly simple. So I ended up getting all of the clips out, except for this one. It would not come out, so I just popped out the whole socket. I'll deal with it later. Now what you want to do with this little clip is on each side there's just a little clip you push down. I ended up using a flathead and just pried it out, and then I realized on the right and the left side of these, you just push down on them and it will just pop right out. You literally just push on the sides of these clips and it just pops right out. So I was over here prying on it and it started coming out, and then I realized that it's super simple. You just press on these and it just pops out. Another thing I wanted to mention, getting this one out was so difficult versus all of the others which just popped right out. So this one was really difficult. I'm going to try to record it with one hand and hold this. So what I did with this one, if you guys end up having a problem with this one, was I just popped a screwdriver straight in here to push that clip up. When I did that and pried on it, it just popped right out easily. But before that, I was using my hand and trying to press this clip. It would not press. By the way, I was wrong, guys. You don't have to use the stock sockets. On this Mugen style taillight, it's actually designed really good where there's no room for water to get into the stock socket holes. So you can see right here, they're all sealed up. So what you have to do is just plug these straight into the stock sockets. At least that's what it looks like. So I'm going to do that, and then I'll show you guys what it looks like once I start testing it out. And if you're wondering what this is for, this really long cord, it's actually to go through right here, all the way up into here, and then up to the tail light that goes into the hatch up here. And here's what they look like. Obviously stock on the right, Mugen style on the left. Incandescent, looking all boring over here. Looks like an 80s light bulb. I mean, it does the job, but these LEDs with the sequential on the left definitely bring this car into 2026, make it look a lot better and more aggressive. And I mean, look at the design on the left. It's so aggressive. It looks so good. Loving it. So now we need to work on this right one right over here. And I am recording on my Razr 2025 right now, my Motorola, because my camera actually died, and I wanted to show you guys a comparison of both of them. I have to say, these look so good. I'm so happy with the upgrade, but this is the easy part, doing these. We need to start taking apart the plastics on the top, getting all of this taken apart so we can install those. But first, like I mentioned, we're gonna get this one installed. Okay, I can't be any happier with the startup design and the look of these taillights. Let's see what it looks like with both of the headlights or taillights installed. I think I said headlights, whatever. Yeah, those look so good. Check it out. So even on camera, you could tell. These look so good. I love the design. These are just amazing. So this is just a test. They're not actually installed and popped in yet and screwed in, but I did want to make sure they all work, and I'll probably start it up and check out the reverse lights too before I actually pop them in. But now that all of these are basically done, now we're going to start working on this, and the plastics and the tail light in the hatch. So I'm going to show you guys what I did in there, because there's actually a spot where you plug in the wiring loom, as well as I'll show you guys what the wires look like when they're plugged in, just in case you're wondering. I did plug in the stock little wiring loom plug into these taillights, so they actually have a spot, which is nice to get them out of the way a little bit. So that's what that looks like. So yeah, it's about time that we start working on these. I'm really excited to get this done. Not really excited to take apart this plastic though, so I'm gonna start doing this right now. So what it says to do is to start taking apart these handles. It looks like a flathead screwdriver will fit right in there, and right there. And then I believe there's like 2 screws in there, or maybe 1 screw. And then I might have to take this little visor thing off, but it says to take this plastic off, which I believe after these screws right here, most of it is just clips. So the whole thing's down. I did pop this back up just hanging so I'm not bending the plastic, because it looks like there are some clips back here, but it looks like I can get to everything right here. So I believe it's these 2 bolts right here and then that clip right there, and we're done. And then we just run the wire up here. So I think I'm going to run the wire like the instructions say, through this weather stripping all the way up here, and then have both of them meet right here, and then go up right here, and then have the other tail light over there run through here. I think it says to run it through the top up here. So yeah, I'm gonna get this done right now. That was actually a lot easier than I thought. I did want to mention, after I got this plastic piece off right here and the 2 bolts in here, which were 10 millimeters, there's 2 clips right here you got to take out too. I forgot about that. So don't forget these when you're pulling it off, or you're probably gonna break those clips. I don't know. So yeah, plastic right here, 2 10 millimeters, those plastics right there, and then this whole piece just popped right off, and I just separated that so I can get in here and actually put the wiring up in here. So now I'm just gonna pop these off. Should be really easy. Yeah, these are not tight at all. They're just snugged, which, I mean, they shouldn't be torqued or anything. After these are loosened, they just come right out. Super simple. Well, this one's a little tight still. And then I believe that's it. Okay, so after you take off these 8 millimeters, there's a nut in here. It is right there. You need to pop that off, and then there's a clip in there. So basically you just wedge this back and forth after you unplug this, of course, and it does come off of this little clip right here. Once you get this off, I mean, it's easy peasy, but what I did was, it felt like it was still screwed in. So there is a clip right there that holds it in. You need to kind of wedge it and pop it off, but once it comes off, I mean, it feels like it's gonna break, but it just goes clunk, just like with these tail lights, and now it's off. So there's the stock, and there's the aftermarket. There's a comparison right there. So yeah, I'm really excited about the LEDs. I don't want to scratch this thing. So I already have this side off, obviously. I just need to do the other side, and I mostly have this one done as well. All I need to do is pop the clip and unplug it, and then I can put everything back together. I'll show you guys how I'm doing the wiring as well. But yeah, it's pretty straightforward. It's actually a lot easier than I thought. Really excited about this, so I'm gonna get this done now. They look so good. With this side, when you actually put the nut in on the inside in here, don't let go until you got it threaded, because you don't want that thing to fall into the hatch right here, and then you'll basically never see it again. So I have the hatch lights tightened up and clipped in. So I'm running this light across right here in this plastic that goes along right here. And then I have this one, which basically just has a bunch of extra, and I put it up. I don't know if it's actually gonna clip, but I did want to show you guys this, because I'm gonna try to attempt to put it up and get this plastic back up. But here it is right here. This is what it looks like. And yeah, I just want to show you guys really quick. So the wires for the passenger side go through right here into all of the weather stripping right here. Goes all the way across, looks super clean. And then this one goes along this weather stripping all the way up to right here. I'm going to clean it up right here a little bit once I'm done with the plastic. But after that, it goes up here. This one clips over here, the driver's side. Other one goes along, goes all the way over there, and it's duct taped over there just to hold it in place. And then, yeah, that's basically it. So I'm gonna try to put all the plastic back up right now, but I wanted to show you guys what it looked like on the inside. Hello. Now all the plastic's back on. This is how the wiring looks. All of the weather strip looks really clean too. Really like how it looks. I see a spot that's kind of higher than the rest. Yeah, it all looks really good. So now I'm gonna start putting all of these back together. One 10 mil is back in. I'm gonna do this one, those two over there, pop in this plastic clip that actually fell out, which holds this piece in, and then pop in these plastic pieces, and then we'll be done. We'll be able to test it out. And then I could pop in these tail lights once I make sure that these run. Now it's time to test them out before I pop these back in and screw them in. So let's see what they look like. There's headlights. There's brakes. Hazards. And reverse. There's right blinker and left blinker. Now I'm going to watch the video so I could actually make sure it works. So now that we established everything works, I'm going to show you guys really quick what the plastic looks like. That's what it looks like right there. I did do a twisty tie right here just to hold it together, and I might just get this one a little bit closer, but for the most part I think it looks good. And there is a little slot in the plastic where it kind of fit in, but this plastic just went right over it anyways. So I guess you could cut out that plastic right there to make a slot for it, but I think it looks pretty good. I'm definitely not a fan of where it is. I would much rather have it like go along inside the hatch right here and then go up, but I think it looks good. So that's it. That's what that looks like. Can't even tell on the other side. And like I said, goes through all the weather stripping. You can't even see it. None of the wiring down here, which is really nice. It's just right there, which isn't that big of a deal. It's kind of annoying actually now I look at it. But you rarely even open the hatch anyway, so it's not that big of a deal. I might clean it up later on though. So now I'm going to pop these in and screw them in. So that's about it for this video. Thank you guys for watching. Make sure to subscribe, hit that like button. Let me know what you guys think about the install, and let me know if you guys have done this or if you're planning on doing this on your FK7 or FK8. Hope you guys have a great day. I'll see you guys on the next one.